Good morning students, welcome to our online video class of chemistry. At the beginning of the chapter, we had studied that acids are the substance which produce H plus ions when dissolved in water, and bases are the substance which produce OH minus ion when dissolved in water. Let us understand the concept in detail. What do all acids have in common? All acids contain hydrogen. For example, hydrochloric acid. What is the chemical formula of hydrochloric acid? It is HCl. Then nitric acid, HNO3. Acetic acid, CH3COH. And sulphuric acid, H2SO4. All these contain hydrogen. Then the hydrogen present in acids is such that when acid is dissolved in water, it is separated out as positively charged H plus ion and enters the solution as H plus ion. We can now define an acid on the basis of hydrogen ion as an acid is a substance which dissociates or ionized on dissolving in water produce hydrogen ion. For example, an aqueous solution of hydrochloric acid dissociates or ionizes to form hydrogen ion and chloride ion. HCl undergoes dissociation, gives H plus Cl minus ions. It is the presence of hydrogen ion in hydrochloric acid solution which makes it behaves like an acid. And the hydrogen ion do not exist as H plus ion in solution. They attach themselves to the polar water molecules to form hydronium ions, that is H3O plus. H plus H2O gives hydronium ion. So hydrogen ions must always be written as either H plus or hydronium ions, that is H3O plus. Therefore, we can say a common thing in all the acids is that they produce hydrogen ion when dissolved in water. Is glucose, alcohol or acid? They contain hydrogen atom, but they are not acids. Why? Hydrogen containing compounds such as glucose and alcohol do not behave as acids because they do not dissociate in water to produce hydrogen ion. That is, the aqueous solution of glucose and alcohol do not show acidic character because their hydrogen does not separate out as hydrogen ion on dissolving in water. Though all the acid contain hydrogen, but all the hydrogen containing compounds are not acids. Let us illustrate an experiment related to this. For doing the experiment, take a solution of hydrochloric acid, sulphuric acid, glucose and alcohol. All these are hydrogen containing compounds. Fix 2 iron nails on a rubber cork in a beaker like shown in this picture. Connect the nails to the 2 terminals of 6-volt battery through a switch and a bulb. Pour some dilute hydrochloric acid solution in a beaker and switch on the current. The bulb starts glowing. This shows that hydrochloric acid solution taken in a beaker conducts electricity. We repeat the experiment Using sulphuric acid, it is also glow again. Sulphuric acid also conducts electricity. But if we take glucose solution in a beaker and switch on the current, the bulb does not glow. This shows that glucose solution does not conduct electricity. If we repeat this experiment by taking alcohol solution in the beaker, the bulb does not glow. This shows that alcohol solution also does not conduct electricity. Why the hydrochloric acid and H2SO4 conduct electricity? Because the aqueous solution of an acid conducts electricity due to the presence of charged particles called ions in it. For example, when hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water, then its solution contains hydrogen ion and chloride ion. These ions can carry electric current. So, due to the presence of H plus ions and Cl minus ions, a solution of hydrochloric acid conducts electricity, and this makes bulb glow. On other hand, the hydrogen containing compounds like glucose and alcohol do not produce hydrogen ion or some other ions in solution. Due to the absence of ions, it does not conduct electricity. From this, we can conclude that containing compounds such as glucose and alcohol are not categorized as acids because they do not dissociate in water to produce hydrogen ion. And all the acids contain hydrogen, but the hydrogen containing compounds are not acids. What have all the bases in common? When a base is dissolved in water, it always produces hydroxide ion, OH minus ions. Thus, a base is a substance which dissolves in water to produce hydroxide ion, OH minus ion in solution. For an example, sodium hydroxide, NaOH, is a base because it dissolves in water to produce hydroxide ion along with the sodium ion. Calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, when dissolved in water, produce hydroxide ion and calcium ion, Ca2 plus ion. So, what is the common property of all base? They all produce hydroxide ion when dissolved in water. NaOH, sodium hydroxide. KOH, potassium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. Calcium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH, are all bases because they dissolve in water to produce hydroxide ion, OH minus ion. Hydrogen ion is responsible for the electric conductivity of
hydrogen
acidic
ion
solutions.
is responsible for
in the case
electrical
of
conductivity of
base,
acidic solutions.
hydroxide ion
In the
is
case of base,
responsible for the
hydroxide ion is
electrical conductivity
responsible
of
for
basic
the electrical
solution.
conductivity of basic solution.
Distilled water do not conduct electricity because it does not contain any ionic compounds like acids, bases or salts dissolved in it. On other hand, rainwater conducts electricity. It is because rainwater, while falling on earth through the atmosphere, dissolves an acidic gas carbon dioxide from the air and forms carbonic acid. Carbonic acid provides hydrogen ion and carbonate ion to rainwater. So, due to the presence of carbonic acid, the rainwater conducts electricity. What happens to an acid or a base in a water solution? The acidic behavior of acids is due to the presence of hydrogen ion, H plus ion in them. The acid produces hydrogen ion only in the presence of water. So, in the absence of water, a substance will not form hydrogen ion and hence will not show its acidic behavior. We will now describe an experiment to show that acid do not show acidic behavior without water. For that, take a dry and clean boiling tube. Then add about 1 gram of sodium chloride NaCl. After that, add concentrated sulphuric acid to it very carefully. Then fit a rubber cork with a glass delivery tube in the mouth of the boiling tube as shown in this figure. Concentrated sulphuric acid react with the sodium chloride to form hydrogen chloride gas. The hydrogen chloride gas starts coming out of the open end of the glass tube. Hold a dry blue litmus paper in hydrogen chloride gas. There is no change in the color of dry blue litmus paper. This shows that hydrogen gas does not behave as acid in the absence of water. There is no water in dry litmus paper. We now hold a moist or wet blue litmus paper in hydrogen chloride gas. Then you can observe that the color of the litmus paper turns red. This shows that hydrogen chloride gas, HCl gas, shows acidic behavior in the presence of water because the litmus paper which we used is moist or wet litmus paper. The above experiment shows that HCl gas does not show acidic behavior in the absence of water but shows acidic behavior in the presence of water. This experiment suggests that hydrogen ion in HCl are produced in the presence of water. The separation of H plus ion from HCl molecule cannot occur in the absence of water. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus Cl minus. As we learned that hydrogen ion cannot exist alone, but they exist after combining with the water molecule. Thus, hydrogen ion must always be shown as H plus or hydronium ion H3O plus. That is H plus plus H2O gives H3O plus. And the HCl gas turns wet blue litmus paper red because it dissolves in water present in wet litmus paper to form hydrogen ion, which can turn blue litmus paper to red. We also learned that when base dissolved in water, it produces OH minus ion. An example is NaOH react with water form sodium ion and hydroxide ion OH minus. And bases generates hydroxide ion in water. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkali. Now, as we have identified that all acid generate H plus ion and all base generate OH minus ion, we can view the neutralization reaction as acid plus base gives salt plus water. HH plus MOH gives MH plus HOH. Here, acid react with the base form salt and water. It is general reaction. Next topic is dilution of acid. How How do you dilute acid? Is it by adding water into acid or acid into water? Acid must be slowly added to water since dilution is exothermic. Otherwise, it may cause burns due to acid splash and can cause breakage of glass containers. Mixing an acid or base with water decreases the concentration of ion per unit volume.